What's good, everybody? This is Kev, and this is another smoke show. Sunday weekend was kind of long, but it was worth it. Put some smiles on faces, so that's what matters. That slice of life. That's what we all live for. That's what at least some of us say we're here for. But we must. The smoke show must convince, and I'm not gonna not gonna say that these shows are necessarily have been smoke shows. I mean, everybody that showed up here, you know, is not, I would say, sufficient enough for it to be said that it's some smoke. But I mean, it's done well a few times, but I have mostly an agreeable crowd. And not that this channel in particular is involved with all of the mess that they say is associated with this space. But, you know, glad you guys are here anyway. All right. Got a couple comments in the chat. Let me shout these guys out. Got RPM. Long live my brother. I'm listening. Salute. Carlton Way One. He says peace, Kevin chat. Hurry up and buy. BMBBH. Peace to the chat. All right. Let me get some more shout outs as I usually do. Shout out to the replay gang. You're not necessarily, I would say, here while it's going on in real time, but you are just important to this channel as anyone. And let me shout out the members real quick. Me, you guys have made it very, very nice to be someone that is on YouTube, as they say. Um, Greg, Aaron P, Phil Brad, Zentober, Toya the Tutor, Indigo Flow, Gold Professor, underscore Gold P, underscore GP, exclamation point, D Rock Den, American Negro, D Scott, and Andre 416 Reformed. Thank you guys. Raining Woman was good. All right, let's get to it. Get to it. Saying that we should be giving grace to those who deserve it. And this is a complaint that we hear from, I don't know, certain women that choose to be around in this space. And, this past week served as a display to no different. But, I mean, there's a positive lining that was around all of this. And the person who presented such that should be recognized. I mean, hopefully, this particular content creator does gain more momentum so her message can get out there. I think it's very eloquently presented. Big Drama Bear, what's going on? It is raining, woman. Don't ruin my zen. So let me share the screen. I'm going to play quite a bit of this. I'm not going to say too much because, um, I mean, I'm going to react to some of it, but nothing elicits too much of a reaction. It's just until it gets to a certain part. But I do want you guys to check out the broadcast itself. Um, should have put the link in the chat. Hold on one second. See if I can do it this way. Yeah, I'm just getting to a place where I can do things again. Shoot, how's everyone doing? Seriously, you give grace to those who deserve it. Everything ain't gotta be this. What do y'all like to call it? This bloody gender war. I mean, shoot. In order to facilitate such a narrative, one would have to say that it's really black men versus black women. Like, no, I don't happen to believe that the two will ever split or separate at any point in time in history. There will always be black men with black women. Y'all, I just want y'all to take that one to the bank. So, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we all gonna stay together at all times, or you shouldn't go out there and try something else. Never gonna be the guy to say that. Never. But make it make sense for those of you who keep trying to do all these things to divide us. I guess you can say. I mean, facts are facts. It is what it is. There's slim pickings out here, but it's the people who are in the, I guess, the anti-relationship part. Cartel was good. They want to push the narratives like there are some black men and there are some black women that really just don't want to talk. I don't think so. I think that what it does is makes for more interesting conversation. Now, if you're trying to, I would say, get some things done, as you say, yeah, then I totally agree that men should be taking the lead on that. But we see where these conversations are going. So, I mean, these are forums to talk about certain things, and if the people that I find that gets tired of hearing these kinds of things are the people who are doing poorly in those areas. So I see why it's such a popular conversation. So one thing that you really don't see too much of is women trying to hold women accountable, which many would say is next to impossible. Take those we we take what we learn from very little kids and not to challenge the female authority in the conversation as men, because that's what makes us men, which is very funny and odd, by the way. But I mean, I get what you guys are saying. I get what you guys are saying right now. What's the point of having an argument or having a difference of opinion, at least? And for me, nothing is wrong with a difference of opinion. Yeah, I know people don't want to continue to hear that, but what if the opinion coincides? So that's where the name calling comes in. There's a group of people on, one side that would love to talk about things like this, and there's a group of people on the other side that want to discourage it by any means. And you saw both of them in that broadcast. Now, I don't have any complaints about the moderator herself. Toya the Tutor did a broadcast on the Roger Report Live the other night, and she called it "Keeping Women Single." So it was her attempt to talk to the women, although men and women would eventually join the panel. It, became one of those discussions, and I found it very interesting. That's why, like I should say, you should, if you're not, like I put in my community tab, if you're not subscribed to either channel, go ahead and get subscribed. Toya the Tutor and the Roger Report Live. So, I'm just gonna show a little bit of it just to show y'all that it's not a hate thing between the genders all the time. Let me. Sorry about this. Uh,
Hey babe, I'm going out.
I
I said
Just 1 second. Good Lord. Wow. Sorry, I know this is not a good display of computer skills, but just give me a moment. Here we go. Like I said, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of it, but for those who missed the broadcast, missed Toya the Tutor the other night, it is in my community tab. So fair use, by the way, but I think it's all good with Roger, and I think it's all good with Toya too. So give grace to those who try to make sense. That's all I'm saying. You can agree, you can disagree. This is Toya the Tutor. She has a good presentation, I would say. She's a great content creator, and I hope that you know she can get the chance to show everybody. So just listen to her for a while. And by the way, the reason why I'm showing her stuff here is she she holds me largely responsible for her being here. So I do feel as if since she's done so well in my book that I spent a little time promoting her. So just watch a little bit of what she says. And I mean, like I said, there's a whole entire broadcast on the Roger Report Live, and it's in my community tab. So yeah, she does pretty good content. So let's give grace to those who deserve it, I would say. All right.
We all want to be picked. We all want to be picked by a man that's willing to take us out and rent out a Waffle House if he can afford it. But even if he can't, just taking us to Waffle House because that's what we like. And it's a special time that we get to spend with one another. Because if a woman likes you, she's going to go with you wherever, right? Because it's not about a specific restaurant or a specific price point. It's really about the experience that you're going to have with one another.
Makes sense.
Um, so I don't want to get too heavy too quick, but I just do think we need to like kind of take a little bit of notes from what we've put together recently. If you look at how salacious this whole thing was with the note, I mean, with the list, and if we consider who made the list, and like I said, the fact that we don't know those ladies, I could guarantee you, though, that they were single ladies. I could guarantee you, though, that they had a whole lot of fun making this list.
Yeah, I bet they did, especially that with the list itself going viral. All these places you can't take them on a first date: Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle. When you would believe that they'd be happy to be taken anywhere. Uh, I said the list was capped, and she's saying that just I'll let her say it.
but where does that get them? Is that getting them any closer to being off the single ladies list? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think there's a correlation to wanting to even make a list like this, having the cachet to reach out to multiple women to compile something like this, and then also having the audacity to put this out on the internet proudly. Well, semi proudly, because again, we can't ascertain their whereabouts, their looks, their anything. We just know that they made this list and people ran with it.
Yeah, I would always mention in the past the power of a woman making a idiotic post on social media, and this list was one of them. We give a lot of attention to it, and this one caught fire. This even made the news in some spots, the mainstream media news. So yes, those young ladies, whoever they were, who you can't confirm how they look or their relationship status. Yeah, they got quite the kick out of it by it going viral. And this, I mean, really, if people were who they say they were, this list truly would not have gone viral, but it did. So content for everyone. But yeah, she has a different perspective.
Um, so I've heard men say that when men showcase their worth, Black women respond in vitriolic ways. I've heard that right here on the manosphere, okay?
Yeah, she uses the word manosphere in a very positive way, not like other content creators that use the word manosphere in a very negative light. You know, just based primarily basing their content around it. She's different. She has made actual claims that she learns from the manosphere. So, and if this can be a place of learning, I'm not going to fight that notion right there. I would never say, no, you haven't learned anything from here, like others would try to tell her. But I'm telling her, that, she's being genuine with it. She's not just trying to kiss ass or ride some type of wave or train. This is, she's one of these people. So, you know, just not I'm not, I know what others would say, in certain cases like this, that she's trying to, you know, them two words. I'll say it eventually, but
I think that this is what we're seeing. This is a vitriolic response to Black men showcasing their worth, right? Maybe you've seen or heard men are taking more agency of their looks, of their physical prowess. They're going to the gym, they're eating better, they're making better decisions. So perhaps they don't even want to go to half the places on this list because it's not good for them. But that has nothing to do with you, sis, right? Because he's taking himself to these places, or he's choosing to usurp you altogether and just take someone that doesn't even look like you because she's worth it, right? Whoops. Uh, I
I like the way she speaks. I like the way she speaks. Yeah, with with some more the tone that sounds like actual digestible English. Not boring. Very engaging. That's what you need as far as a content creator.
I think that you have to showcase your femininity, right? I'm always talking about ways that we can be a soft place to land, right? The nameless protagonist gave us a quote once. He said, "Bastions of patriarchy are crumbling."
Yeah, and one thing that you notice is that what she's directed her speech more toward ladies anyway. You get used to a lot of ladies always, directing their speech toward men, but she doesn't do that. I just wanted to showcase what that looks like.
Left and right. And I just, to that, would ask women to consider who their feminine influences are. The patriarchy was never in our hands as women, but our femininity is. So if you start to consider who your most feminine influences are, where those women are, and you take stock of what that has gotten them in life, then maybe you could get taken to the Waffle House too for your birthday. Maybe you could get some donuts there as well, because we know Waffle House doesn't make donuts, but Russell
I would say that all of them want a Russell Wilson, but not all of them are Sierras. I've said that about 3 years ago, just to throw that in there. But
went through the trouble of making sure there was donuts there as well as part of the celebration. Why? Look at her. She's a doting wife. She's got her arm around him. She's kissing him. She's being affectionate. Isn't that what all of us want, ladies? I'll speak for myself. It's definitely what I want. It's definitely a big piece of the picture for me in terms of how I want to show up in relationship. Okay. In a romantic relationship, I am very affectionate. I am very warm. I'm giving. That's that's some of the best parts of being feminine, being able to express that freely, being able to unabashedly showcase the affection that I have for the man that I'm with. Um, I mean, you really can't beat that. Last week, I was talking to you guys about exercising my femininity just by wearing dresses. I mean, these are things that really I would never trade. Simply putting this sweater on. You know, I didn't wear this sweater all day today, but I put it on for you guys because I was like, I want to present something that's indicative of what's going on here in Dallas right now. I told you at the beginning of the stream, it's sweater weather. I'm excited about there being sweater weather finally in Texas because Texas has been, I like in October, we were still in the 90s, guys. I digress. But here it is. I'm wearing it's a crop sweater. You can't see this cropped because you can only see from here up, and I'm not about to stand up and show you guys. You'll just have to take my word for it. But I made the choice to come and see you guys like this evening, not only to represent for the Roger Report, but to represent me. Because when you see me, I want there to be a continuity when every time you see me that you see someone who is not afraid to showcase her femininity, who's not afraid to put that on display. And those are ways that I can work to not be the part or not be a part of that number of single women keeping women single. Okay? We are keeping single. um so yeah, skirts and sweaters for the win. Exactly, Mr. Shug to you. Shout out to Mr. Shug to you. I love skirts and dresses. I'm a big skirt wearer. As a matter of fact, that was one of my nicknames at one point. Um, my ex used to call.
Yeah, she's very decent with it, and the one thing that you can appreciate is the fact that she's mature enough to admit to these things. So, but I'm not going to show a whole lot more of it. I just want to get to one part in the show where it just kind of took a turn, and it wasn't her fault. Her presentation was totally professional. It was just someone who would join join up to the show that proved all the points that she was trying to make. Yeah, there are just a bunch of women out there that are keeping other women single. And, regardless of how anybody feels about that kind of speech, I mean, the theme was simple. The assignment wasn't hard, just uh, why is this happening? And the suggestions that Toya made were very good ones. But I will more so want you guys to check that out for yourselves. Like I said, this broadcast is in my community tab, so you can just go to my community tab, or you can go to the Warrior Report Lives channel, and you can watch this. It was very good, very eye opening, I would say. But yeah, let me see. I think the timestamp is around here. Yeah, there's several people, including Rogish and um looks like Fitness Mom, Mr. Z, 18th Letter, and Inky. Yeah, Inky says some very interesting stuff. I want you guys to hear.
They have pride also, and what they're doing is hiding behind their pride.
Uh,
What you see now is that we have pushed their backs to the wall enough over the past decade. They know right from wrong. They know we have pierced the echo chamber,
This is
right?
crazy.
And right now, what they're saying is,
that's
I'm
Mr.
gonna keep
Z
on.
speaking.
Screw what y'all talking about. Remember when I came in saying, "F your facts, black men. F what you talking about."
All right.
And I'll pause right there.
Thank you, Mr. Z. I really
Hmm.
appreciate that. I think Inky wants to get in, so please, you have the floor.
I want y'all to listen to this right here. Now, think about it. We have a black woman that's trying to address, other women, and This is some of the response that is regular. This is some of the response that kind of content does. Even though it makes all the sense in the world, what Toya is saying, this is the response she gets to this.
I just want to say that I don't think the attitude, the things that you brought up, your the four issues are what's keeping black women single. What's keeping black women single is that there are not enough measurable black men. Now I've come to Roger and some other people in the black manosphere and said that,
Mhm.
and there's not even a need to go back and forth. Statistics say that there's not enough marriageable black men for the amount of marriageable black women that there are out there that are out there. It's I mean, we could black women could say black men have just as much of an attitude as black women. Neither one of us have a great reputation when it comes to the larger society.
Yeah, well, you kind of lose me at larger society when you say stuff like that because who cares what the larger society thinks? Who cares what these other groups think of how black people act? Black people need to conduct um, ourselves for black people, not because other groups are looking. And you lose me right there. Not that this is somebody that whoever this inky person is that I will want to sit there and fight and argue with, because for me, people like that are gone. They're out of here. They're in the stratosphere. They're, I don't know, running full speed like Jesse Owens. It's amazing. But just want y'all to continue to hear this. I mean, I'm not saying like you should be triggered by what she's saying. This is just an overall goofball mentality that really goes along with claiming that you're a part of a space that is trying to be indicative of change. You have this kind of shit. But shout out to Toya. She exercised much patience in this.
But we have a little bit better reputation with the larger society, I would say. Would you disagree with that?
I would disagree with that. I think
You
that's
would?
part of I think that's part of the delusion. We
It,
live
it
in this place where it's comfortable to tell one another these things because none of us is going to refute it.
Hmm.
But the truth is, once we step outside of those conversations, those cacophonies, those echo chambers, we'll be faced with some people who are giving us some harsh truth about our behavior and our demeanor.
Well, we're
if
always
you don't
getting.
mind me asking the
Yeah, those are facts. Step outside the echo chamber and see what someone else thinks. That's all we ask for. We're not gonna do like your average group of people and just flat out curse you out because you disagree. I mean, maybe there's one or two content creators do that, but for the most part, we're we're good spirited people. Our first reactions aren't to just go in and just bark and attack. I would say, well, at least not mine. I mean, if I know there are some people that are like that, but for the most part, we're not like that. But anyway,
the lady a question because she
Can me
said
and Miss Toya talk? Well, no, you go on. What were you going to ask me?
you said women are there's not enough marriageable men for the marriageable women. The question would be then, what do you think makes women marriageable, and then why aren't black women
I,
in that
I'm
case
not. I'm not
married
going to.
more out?
I'm not going to answer.
Mrs. E really should have known better. It was a sensible question, but see, I know off the rip what kind of people those are, so I wouldn't have wasted my time asking. But for the interest of conversation, maybe you know what I'm saying. It certainly helped Toya out. I mean, they don't. Her and Toya, obviously, from what being presented, don't share the same opinion. But it put on display a very big problem that is with them. Not saying that they should be ashamed of who they are, because obviously they aren't to be able to present like that. But when you have women, especially that try to show a better way, then I think that we should give an open ear. Just a few minutes of your time. That's all. Just evidence that not all are hateful, not all are these ratchet queens, as they say. They there are some good ones, some very well presented ones, and I believe that one of them on the screen right now just kind of cringing a little bit because of what she's about to hear.
20 questions from you. As I was just saying when I first spoke, there's no even reason to go back and forth and argue. There's statistics that say that black men, and it's nothing to laugh about. I don't think it's a joke or anything. Black men have it bad. Black women have it kind of bad too, but not as bad as black men. Black men, and this is what y'all don't like to hear. A lot of guys in the black manosphere, you like Kevin Samuels because he told the truth.
Here we go. It's a lot of these guys in the black manosphere and Kevin Samuels and he told okay. Um let's just be clear. Toya was making this show about women, kind of clearing some issues up with women, as to why are women keeping women single? Why, but the second you have one of these people show up, the conversation just goes way left. We have this culture of people who can't make women accountable by themselves, and not even women can get this. Not even women. What makes us as men believe that if they won't even let women do it, why are they, you know, why are there some men that believe that they can do it as well? Straighten some of these women out. The thing is, I don't think that's wholly the point. I don't think the point is to get the women who are like Inky, who is speaking, well, was speaking, get people like that to change. It's just that what you just did was prove Toya's point entirely. And like I said, if y'all go watch this show, which is a very good show, you will see Toya deliver her point in a very concise manner with the help of this person. I mean, why hate that is being said? We ain't even gotta say it anymore. I mean, I'll just let y'all watch a little bit more of this. But hey, Toya proved her point. Just when you see her in one of these chats, just give her flowers. Or go to her channel when she's live.
Well, Kevin Samuels, you know what he did? He was great. He gave y'all a wonderful show
Sister,
that for
this
the
is where
most
he
part
got
was
it from.
scripted.
This is
He
where he
brought
got it from. Just to
he
let you
gave
know
y'all a
before.
wonderful show.
No, sister.
He
Please,
brought
please
women
listen.
on.
He was a
No,
part
can I speak?
of the space. So the thing is,
Let,
please
let,
don't
let,
attribute
let her
too much
let
to
her
him.
land,
Give it,
Robish. We got it on
let
the
her
other end.
finish.
Let her land. Let her land. Let her land.
Okay.
Mhm.
He gave y'all a show where silly women, ratchet women, oh, I got 4 kids. I think I deserve a high value man. Well, you don't deserve anything. You don't. It's not a man isn't promised to you.
So
A
you
man
never
is
heard
not
the
promised to
PhD
you. A
drop.
woman is not promised to you. And you had all these women calling, and it was scripted, and men
Hmm?
paid to watch that, and that was what made him big. After the
First of all, once again, Kevin Samuels becomes the issue in a conversation where he wasn't even brought up to in the beginning. It's like they'll. What I'm basically trying to say is that this should not and is not. I would say this inky person is not the representation of a large amount of women, but it is a representation of a problem with a large amount of women. It's when the discussion is you, you got to be able to focus on you. Just saying, when it's like an intervention that it continuously is unsuccessful. But
your average at best, why would
Can you
women trip over their feet to call somebody that they know are going to talk harsh to them? It was
do you know
scripted.
where
Now I don't
do
have
you
the
Yep.
receipt.
do you
I
know
don't.
where
Wait a
you
minute. I don't
are?
have
Do
the
you know where you
receipts
are before you
to
say this,
show
sister?
that
Wait, let
the
her
show was
finish. Let her
scripted.
Let,
finish.
I
yeah.
don't have the receipt.
there is a slew of women like Inky that comes over to spaces like the Black Manosphere just to argue with the men. Um, is a couple of them will show up here and there in the chat, but yeah, they just want you guys to recognize the signs of people like this. I mean, sure, they should get their chance to speak like everyone else does, but the whole point is for them to get attention from someone. That's 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 what Inky's attempting to do. So I wish we wouldn't fall for the okey doke so fast to just recognize who these people are and what their intent is. It's not something that's serious. This woman sounds like she's about 60, 62 years old, like with this shit and uh well, I mean maybe 53, 54.
Receipts to show that it was scripted, but there also weren't any receipts to show it was not scripted.
Oh boy.
Okay, but my point is there are that black men have the worst quality of life. When you deal with among versus all other groups, including the women that they should be.
Oh, this whole notion that we should be ashamed when we stand next to other group of men. I don't ever feel that shame. I don't know about the collective of black men, which I seriously doubt, but I don't like stop. Stop with the bullshit. Like it doesn't matter what other groups think. Their minds have been made up. Like, but people always try to think they're throwing a grenade in the briar patch and they're not really doing any damn thing. It's just stupid on top of stupid. Like it is if that's what you're looking for as a person, then I have no problem with you making a fool of yourself. But all this other group stuff, I mean, shoot, take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, nobody's realized she's actually named herself after a ghost monster that was in the original Pac-Man. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, just chasing Pac-Man around the goddamn maze. Like, I wonder why nobody said anything about that. But yeah, I'm just pointing that out.
Leading, black men have the worst health. Men, y'all like to go about black women being obese. We are. We are. We have a weight issue. But black men have various health issues that
Oh,
have them dying 7 years younger than every group. Black men have the worst health, the highest rate of mass incarceration, the most unemployed, and etc. So
yeah, she sounded like she reading a bunch of social media posts, probably like Facebook or some shit like that, or Twitter, Black Twitter.
that are some issues that would keep black men from not getting, keep black women from being single if they were trying to get a black man. But we don't want to talk about that. Black men have as much attitude, if not more, than black women.
Not more than you. Not more than you, Inky.
There's always been the trope of the angry black man. Lately, it's been also the angry black woman. But before they were saying the angry black woman, they were saying the angry black man.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about, and I've been around long enough to be able to quantify what she's trying to say. No, there was an athletic black man, there was a rapping black man, a hood black man, but angry. Uh, eh, well, just no, you don't argue with people like this. Just
So black men have as worse a reputation as black women, and that's
I just want y'all to listen. Who's putting up these arguments for these people? I mean, is whatever people. If you want to think that it's some type of gender war, shots fired. Oh, she's so right. She's making sense. Like you're free to think that. But I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if we can catch more of what Toya has to say in response. Yes, here it is.
I don't didn't see the contempt.
So,
I
Mm,
didn't
so,
see
so
the
some
I
of the
contempt.
doubt it.
some of the gentlemen here on this panel told us this evening where it comes from, and it is the fact that we have attitudes. I mean,
Okay,
that's
and black
one
men
that's
have
one
attitudes
place,
also.
right?
Yes.
But it's not tit for tat. We're talking about
Well,
how
no, it doesn't have to be tit for tat. I'm just
okay,
saying that there are black men who have attitudes also. That
Yes,
wouldn't be the reason.
while that may be true, it is not germane to the topic that we are discussing, which is that women keep other women single.
And they don't. It's black men and their economics. It's black.
Well, she coming up with anything, man. I'm just letting you know, man. Just letting you know that this is like the mind of a hater. I would say, them haters that I would say, hey, come get the smoke, y'all. What it is like, it when I listen to stuff like this, it makes me reevaluate, human capacities to think. Um, is it though it was a great show. Though Toya was fantastic, the guests were fantastic. This inky person wasn't, and then it just goes into the same, little diatribe. When these guys started to make their point, then then she would throw out the regular, usual shaming tactics. You guys are gay. You guys are crying. It turned into pretty much the same thing. So why try to put up a debate with that? But they came to a sensible place, and um, Toya, being the nice person that she is, tried to make sense of her. You know what I'm saying? But you can't make sense of that. But great show. Just go ahead and check her out. That whereas there are people who try to make peace, there are people who would always try to disrupt it, no matter how calm and how genuine the environment is. So when you see Toya, give her flowers. So I'm gonna open this panel up in just a moment. Here goes weather. He says, why are black men and black women trying to play hot potato with reality? Pastor, we gonna smoke tonight, kid? Yeah, sure. But shout out to Toya. Show y'all the keeping women single. That's what his name is on the Roger Report Live. Go check it out. The Roger Report Live super chat. Appreciate it. Say old hoes be mad. Yeah, she sound old as fuck, man. Like they be the worst ones. You think it'd be the young ones? I mean, the young ones stupid you can see through, but them old ones, man, is sort of disappointing in a way. Southpaw 2K1 says correction. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. And wasn't the female named Sue? I guess the female was named Inky too. Like outspoken introvert, they talk like white men, or they talk like they how they perceive white men. That's why you got your color purples, black men that are married to quarrelsome, live like shorter lives. I mean, yeah, I could see that. Inky Pinky Blinky, Kai M was good. Uh, whether she's right, I mean, for real, you you can decipher that. What up, Art? Sirens, banshees, and succubi. Well, I agree with that, but she still sounds drunk. They're the loudest voice, so they're the representation. That's a shame. He says hybrid. Black men and black women are the least desired because both is seen as red flag companions. I don't know, man. Some of us be feeling desired sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't agree that I was in the same boat with someone else. In someone else's shit. But if you stay in shit, you got to dig your way out the shit. I mean, some of us actually feel appreciated. Just saying. She's just babbling at this point. It sounded like blabbling to me. Black men have the least quality of life. Ugh. The economics. I mean, there are people who probably have tried a little harder to put more coherent arguments together that might be a bit difficult to get around, but not her. Not at that time. Nigga, if I were in a chat instead of up here speaking, I'd be like, "Whether you're trolling, guy, you are trolling at the moment." Oh look, it's Pastor. What's good?
What up, Kev?
Good shit.
So I'm sitting here listening to Inky go in, right? she
She
talks
that was going in.
now. She talking her trash, right? And
Yeah,
she do sound old. She do sound she might be drunk. But is anything that she said remotely true though?
remotely true. Like
Yeah.
black men having a low quality of life.
Are there a lot of brothers living rough, yo? There are a lot of brothers living rough, yeah.
I mean, but there's a lot of brothers living good too, man.
They
That's not
are.
a care for that's not a care for demographic. We always find a way to bring that down. But problematic people should be put on spotlight so other people won't go into the problematic. But I mean, when the whole point of that broadcast itself though was it was women addressing women about women. And every time you get around certain folks, they always try to bring brothers into it, no matter what the facts are. I mean, brothers can be problematic. She could be 100% right, but what was that the conversation about? There's always someone like her.
We know
You know,
what you know what, Kev? Then the brothers probably shouldn't even have been on that panel then. I think the brothers opened up that dialogue as soon as they were the majority on that panel. You know, I hate to say it, Kev. Why wasn't it a bunch of women? Why wasn't it a bunch? Why wasn't it Toya, Inky, and a bunch of women going back and forth with things they need to do? Since the brothers jumped in there, you know the sisterhood got going to have smoke for them. They jumped in there. They did it.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying, no matter how the show was ran or presented, because I've ran panels and there would be impatient guests, and of course this is something that is usually a trigger point with a lot of brothers. I mean, seriously. I mean, like I was saying, I would have never got caught up in an argument or a back and forth with a person like that because for me it's no point. I mean, but that's what she was up there for. That's what she was up there for. People like that know what they're doing. And I mean, shit is much bullshit. I mean, call out everybody's bullshit. I mean, do you believe that's what she was doing, calling out everybody's bullshit, Pastor?
I think she was trying to save face, if anything. I wouldn't necessarily say that she was calling out everybody bullshit. She was trying to save face. You know, it was brothers up there talking their shit about what black women ain't doing and stuff like that. She had nothing to save face. Now I think it would have been a better conversation. It would have been just her and Toy. I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad conversation. I'm not saying it was a bad one. But I think it would have been better if the men would have stepped aside and just let the women. You know, sometimes we don't want to bring women up on a panel because they opinion don't really matter that much at that time, right? And what I'm saying is the fella's opinion probably didn't matter that much at that time. If that was what Toya was doing with that panel.
Toya opened the panel to have a conversation. Now, regardless of the amount of women and the amount of men up there, there was Fitness Mom up there, and there was Inky up there as well. I believe you when you say Inky was trying to save face, but it's the usual bullshit. Like it's like if you were going to say all these things about black men, at least be factual. That's what we all want. We all want factual people. If it's a fact, you can't get around the fact. Now, if should it be used to always vehemently attack people? No. If it's put in that framing, no, you shouldn't use information to attack folks. But if they're trying to make it their point of being there, then get ready for it. Everything in this space that everyone is shown is highly debatable.
Exactly. Everything is debatable. So she got up there to debate. the fact that she felt like brothers have bad health, bad economics, and what else? She said a bunch of shit. She just started talking shit after a while. But I mean, those are legit things that I think can be brought up if we were to have a counter argument against. Actually, she did throw the topic off, but
Yeah,
anyway,
it was the topic was women keeping women single.
she did throw the topic off. We get it,
Yeah,
but
like
that's what you got to do on these panels, though, Kev. Go out there and fuck it all up. Deflect,
you going to
deflect. Hey, I do that shit. Go out there and deflect, throw this shit off, run interference. You got to do that shit sometimes, bro. I mean, that's just what I mean. That's sometimes how you win a debate.
oh well that not all of us are allowed to do such a thing, Pastor. I just want to let you know that. Besides, that's a bad idea. I mean, it seriously is.
But this shit worked though. But the thing about it might be a bad idea, but it works on Black YouTube. It really does.
If we're on Black YouTube, then I think we're undercutting ourselves quite a bit, sir. Like we need to do better.
Maybe we should do better. Maybe we should police our panels and stuff better. But the thing about it is that Black people, we love the engagement and entertainment more than the actual topic. So it's going to end up like that anyway. I mean, this is just how Black YouTube goes. So I think Inky did a good, decent job of going up there deflecting away from something that she couldn't answer. She wasn't going to be able to answer those questions on why Black women are keeping other women single. She was not going to be able to answer that shit. So
She
she
didn't
just
want to answer those questions.
I don't think she was going to be able to. I think it's not that. I don't even think it
I
is.
think I think I think it was wanton ignorance. That's what I think it is. I don't think that she did a good job of anything except making herself look like an idiot. But but that's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't share. You know me. I don't share in everyone's opinion or go under this umbrella of groupthink. Although people might try to say that I do, I don't. But it's just but then I will promote conversations going another way. I never promote just throwing a conversation off by using idiot talking points. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
See, but see, the thing about it is, see, Black YouTube is more of an entertainment. See, she went more for the entertaining factor than the educational or information.
You were entertained by that?
No, I really wasn't, but that's what she was shooting for. I can tell that's what she was shooting for.
In her own little brain, I would say that's what she was trying to shoot for was the entertainment factor. I mean, I would be more creative if that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I think but she used the typical arguing points that they
Typical
have.
talk,
Mhm.
the typical talking point of, you guys are just crying and whining, and these black men are not doing very well. There are black men that are dying like any other human does. You know how many people there are on this planet? 7 billion. Do you know how many people are dying every day? Thousands. it's
Yeah.
it's just gonna happen, bro. We all got our last day that we're gonna be here. So I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, if we want to raise the standard on like health, we got to raise the standard across the board so it'll be the best thing for the people. Most people don't want to do that because they know what effort it would take, and for some, it's too late for them. So they do what you say, like Inky does. She gets up on panels. She deflects from the actual topic, which could be argued that is a deflection from the actual truth.
You could argue that. She brought up all those things, but she never actually talked about quality
Talk
of
about
life.
shit.
She didn't talk about quality of life, and I think that's what they were trying to talk about: the quality of life of actually having to be able to have a companion, and why so many Black women don't actually have a companion, which could lead into quality of life. And I think that's one of the things that the argument that I'll give Inky is she was trying to talk about the quality of life. I'm gonna give her an argument. I'm a sustain her
Neighborhood
argument
she's
for her.
staying. So those are the questions I started to ask. What neighborhood does she stay in? What setting has she facilitated for herself? And obviously, there's no children because she said she has no kids. And I mean, like, okay, that might have been for the best, but who knows if she's just fucking kidding.
See, at this point, when women get that age and they ain't got nothing to do, That's like malt liquor and internet usage. That's like that can malt liquor and internet usage for women can be a bad thing. It really can. It's inky. Maybe you shouldn't get up here after drinking malt liquor. I mean, I get it.
She drinks malt liquor. That's very plausible.
It's more than likely, more than likely, she's not a smooth wine, or I don't even think she's like a bourbon, or I don't think she's like a liquor drinker. I think she's like hardcore malt liquor. She sound kind of like it. She sounds a little
I
rough
mean,
around the edge.
before we go any further past it, I just want to let you know that Inky's existence does not bother me.
No, I
Like,
like Inky. I like her talking shit. It's entertaining
I mean,
at
I ain't
best.
gotta like her, but I mean, I'm just saying that her existence doesn't bother me. This is not a bash Inky session or whatever. I just
Nah,
want to let you know that. No, I just want to let you know that everything is cool, but we're all the same in this space. We get the right to reserve. We reserve the right to point out somewhat mild idiocies whenever they pop up. Do I think that is content worthy repeatedly? No, I don't. Not
eh,
at all.
you know. But I think Toya did a good job of trying to facilitate a decent discussion. I don't think a lot of black women. I don't think a lot of black women are actually trying to have that discussion right now. I just don't think they're trying to hold themselves accountable or see themselves as the problem
I mean, well, that's pretty
at
obvious.
all. Yeah,
That's pretty fucking obvious. Like, how do you hold one accountable? One would almost say that it was impossible.
I don't even think other. At least looking like other women can't even hold other women accountable.
That was just my point exactly. I was just saying, Toya presented it in a way that makes all the sense in the world, but it was still deflected from, and you have a large representation of that. So, I mean, what do the guys that look for answers do? What do those guys do? My suggestion is just continue to work on being the best version of yourself, bro.
My advice would be just to live. Say fuck the internet. I think the internet doesn't have good. I don't think the internet has good answers for men nor women. Honestly, I think we should just get back to living, and you will figure that shit out. Hell, we all have to. We had to figure this shit out before there was a YouTube
Yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I pretty much figured it out before it was the internet. I mean,
Mm,
yeah, I was a young guy, early 20s. I mean, life. Shoot,
and
the internet is just something that is in addition to the times that we are living in. People have got to stop taking the internet so seriously by stop saying that we got to stop taking it so seriously. But the problem is that there are very real people saying this shit. I mean, it's not everybody's not playing a character. People are coming up here to project their dumb answer. I mean, and we can say that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This shit needs to stop. Yeah, and it might need to stop. But this is what these people have gotten used to doing. Is I want. I mean, as much as I would want it to stop, I would want people to stop expressing themselves so we can know the truth about who these motherfuckers are. Shoes. I mean, I'm just like knock yourselves out. Say all you want.
but see the issue with that though, Kev, and the reason why I feel the internet in itself has turned into a big trollathon is because when people come out here and give real life scenarios, it's always used against them in the long term of content creation. So I think that's what leads to people coming onto these panels literally in defense off gate. They just come in with in defense, ready to fight and argue. And I think, and I just think that is what it is. I just think the internet's turned into a big troll fest. Like everyone, like I feel like 90%. I say I feel because I could be wrong. Um, I, but I actually think, and I actually feel that a lot of the internet is trolling. A whole lot of this shit is trolling. Hell, I troll up here sometimes, a lot of times, but the internet has turned to a whole lot of trolling. If you really want to, well,
It's an easy reach inside the mind. You know,
is it?
it's an easy reach. I mean, like, you have to actually try to pretend to be something. Who puts that effort up? But I mean, I see what you're saying, Pastor. I mean, you're saying it's turned into a troll oasis. It's turned into a bunch of people that have found the courage to say what they always wanted to say to people, but they're behind the Wi-Fi connection or a computer screen, so nobody can reach out and touch them. That's what it's turned into. A bunch of people saying what the fuck they want with little or no consequence.
But isn't that the freedom of the internet that people actually want it? Now it's just got out of control. I mean, this shit is off the chain. I mean, the internet in itself. I mean, no, it don't matter what space you go to, Kev. Everybody is up here wilding right now. I mean, because I go to other spaces of the internet, and they're all wilding. Like I go to the knife community. The knife community, they over there wilding in the knife community. I mean, it's like it's the whole internet is out of line right now. Everybody wilding. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. I was in political spaces years ago. Yeah, they wild too. So everybody, you're right. Everybody's wild. Everybody's doing their thing, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't. I'm not saying that Inky shouldn't. I'm not saying that a lot of these people who fancy themselves troll. I'm not saying they shouldn't. But at the end of the day, who's responsible for that look? The person, the individual themselves. I mean, once you do that, it's hard to blame anybody else. You're right. The internet, people can use shit down the road. If you say something now, they can use it down the road. My thing is, so what? Try to look less like an idiot. I mean, that would be my suggestion to anybody who believes that's possible.
The idiocracy is what a view. I mean, this unfortunately, Kev, the idiocracy is where the views are at, and that's what a lot of people are. A lot of people are up here for the views and the
The
cash out.
controversy, the
Mm-hmm.
the fuckery,
The
that
fuckery.
Yeah, yeah, that's what people are not up here listen wanting to listen to sensible people. But whose fault is that? Is it the content creators' fault for following an algorithm and doing their absolute best they can to get the most out of this? Because there are plenty of people that is tearing this type of activity down. Nigga, you on a YouTube channel, so why not? Why can't they make their money? Go ahead and make that money while you still can, because sooner or later, I'll just say that.
Exactly. So I think people went more for the monetary and the views than for because, and I think people are afraid to have a serious conversation on YouTube because they're like people are afraid to give people are afraid to give real healthcare advice because they're afraid of the ramifications of what will
What's
happen.
real healthcare advice? Take a fucking walk, drink some water. That's healthcare advice. Yeah,
Exactly. Well, well, okay, say that right. Then when someone goes out and over exerts themselves, has a heart attack, and they blame. See, I think everyone on the internet is scared to be blamed for saying something true and real. So it's just
and
easier. It's just
plenty of people
easier.
have already, suffered that consequence. What was was
Mhm.
was was it true? What's the truth? What's your ideal of the truth, best
What's my idea of the truth?
of a truth that what are you talking about? Political? What are you talking about? Put your tinfoil hat. Let's go full Illuminati. Like what's the deal? I think I think that mm, many of us are overreacting to the seriousness of this. Sure, there were some content creators that grew much bigger from being controversial, but I mean, they did what it took. I mean, you can even say that about old girl, old Wigatron. You can even say that about her. I mean, they took it as far as they could until it was there no more. And I mean, like, what you do when it's there no more, that's what's going to define your life. I mean, it's just if 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 this channel gets taken from me tomorrow because I said something back in 2018, what the fuck can I do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Not a zilch. Like I could try to come back, but if they doing that trick with AI like I think they're doing, ain't none of us gonna be able to come back once we gone. So I mean,
Exactly.
it is what it is. It's like I try to stay within the confines of community standards. That's all I can do. I mean, I can't get too many strikes or anything, or I'm gone too, or
Like
just
prime example of someone choosing to troll over having a conversation. Remember that little the little black girl that was a stripper that married the white guy. That said
don't.
well, she sent her content to Umar, right? She sent the content, made a rap song to Umar about black men and everything. She a black lady, little black shorty with two black kids, end up marrying this white guy. She sent a whole rap song to Umar Johnson. That's his prime example of people choosing to troll over having a conversation. She could have put up that Umar and told Umar why she agreed with her interracial dating, why her dating this white guy was a better fit for her. But nah, she went the complete troll route, and it worked for her. That worked for her. It got Umar attention, got all black YouTube attention. A lot of people been talking about it. That went farther than her having an actual honest conversation. So I think people are literally trolling and skits is how people are getting on right now, and it just is what it is. What's up,
Uh,
Don?
yeah, yeah. Donnie said he'll be right back. But trolling. What you mean? Skits like the woman getting hit in the face with a brick?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of skit.
All that shit. All that shit. It's easier for them. Cause look, she got hit with a brick. She blamed black men. Then they said she turned around and blamed black women. Then she turned around and blamed the scissoring, the Rainbow Coalition. So she been blaming everybody. She been blaming. She just go blame, blame. It's all trolling. It's all skits.
Yeah, but the alarming part about things like that is how many people actually went along with that shit.
The whole country went along with that shit.
I mean,
These
how easy was it to point the finger at black men? It just was.
real easy. So these trolling and these skits are going to have more real ramifications than an honest, real conversation
Yeah.
or honest, real problem.
Well, make sure we are real careful who we hang around with. Then let's just make sure that many people argue that they don't see this in real life. Thank God. I mean, but I do understand like there are real world consequences to a lot of the things that are being discussed. So if you feel ashamed of it, maybe that element of that life belongs to you. But I don't feel ashamed.
I see this stuff in real life. I hate when people say that they don't see this stuff. I think that's a pacifier. I think people are trolling when they say that. When it's, oh, this is the internet. I don't see this stuff in real life. Nigga, you trolling, nigga. We are I'm a real person. Like you said, I'm a real person. You're a real person. People up here talking to real people. Some of the stuff we saying is trolling. It's almost like telling a back, like giving a backwoods like a backdoor compliment. Like you complimenting somebody, but you kind of saying it in a retarded way. That's what a lot of this trolling is. It's a lot of people trying to tell the truth, they just don't know how to. So I can't. So when people say this stuff don't happen in real life, they lying. They lying. Real life is actually probably more crazy than the internet.
It's crazy. But let's how did we get to this point? Talking about Inky.
Inky did it. Inky did it.
Yeah, which gets back to my other point of how we should give these females so much levity and so much power in these conversations, like that list of places not to go. That shit gained way too much momentum off of off, off of a broad on the internet that didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Wow,
That
the power
that
of the P.
that was a skit. Like that was I mean, they say that was a skit, but look, so like women in real life, this is prime example of this stuff do happen in real life. Because women were talking about this in real life. And a lot of women still thought those places were nice dates. Like Red Lobster is a decent date. I don't give a damn what these women say. They can't afford Red Lobster on their own. Fuck
What's
about
going
it.
on, Kerry?
What up, Madonna?
Yeah, yeah. If they get them cash apps on their Instathought accounts, man, they can have enough money to go to Red Lobster. Now, that's but what's up, Donnie? What's good? Yeah, yeah. He's in and out. He'll be back. But man,
I no, I'm living my best life. I caught the tail end of this convo. This is interesting. I think a lot of people are living for the gram, and a lot of people on the gram are living real pretend. This shit is getting crazy. It's a weird, real weird cycle that we're in. I don't think no other generation has had this problem, and it's getting worse day by day.
yeah, yeah. So, getting back to the point of this broadcast that I tried to make earlier. Because there are so many problematic instances, do you think that we should make a special effort to give those grace that deserve it?
I mean, yeah, of course. There, people that deserve it, but what qualifies as deserving?
I don't know. At least making sense, I would say. Like I'm saying, even though Toya did make an attempt, she's one of those content creators that go out of her way to make sense and do a variety of interesting content rather than to, try to get into the norm of, troublesome YouTubers. Like she does try to address it in a more eloquent, professional way.
Yeah, I've never really seen a problem with Toya, so I don't really even know what you're referencing. What's the problem with Toya? What did Toya do?
There's no problem with Toya. I was just saying,
Uh,
yeah, I was just saying giving grace to those who deserve it. That was the point I was trying to make.
oh yeah, yeah, of course. But of course, there's some lost causes out here, but
Yeah.
those who actually legitimately deserve that, yeah, all the praise is due, right? But it's a lot of Cynthia G's out here.
I would argue that the Cynthia G's get more grace. With the way YouTube is set up, the Inkies, the Cynthia G's, the Princellas, all these women are going to get more grace than Toya every time. Every time. And this is no diss to Toya. This is no diss to Toya. But the way that YouTube is set up, those women are going to get the grace every time. Niggas going to go back and forth, talking with them, being on their panels, DMing them. That's just the way YouTube is set up, and it's just with the engagement of YouTube, it's just going to be like that every time. That's like I said, that's no diss to Toya. It just
Well, I don't think that's completely will be accurate, especially in the future, because she's still kind of starting out. She's not like some of these other content creators. She's not up here 24 hours, 7 days a week. Broadcast after broadcast. She does enough content. So that's like this was a random occurrence, like her hosting the Roger Report, but she did a pretty good job. She did a pretty good job. So I mean, if she gave it a good try, if she gave it a good heave ho, she'll probably be in the places of some of those others. But I mean, for where she's at right now, she's okay.
Shit, I hope she is. I hope she take over Cynthia G spot because that shit is crazy.
well, of course, I want to see her channel grow. It'd be great for her channel to grow, and I think it should grow. But this space, man, I just don't know. I don't know
Well,
if this is a good.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about that though. It you can actually go beyond this space based on what she targets in her content. It ain't just about, a relationship, what this nigga did over here, what this bitch did over there type content. She steps outside the box. So if there's millions of people that watch YouTube,
Mhm.
you know. People can find their own lanes.
I think her targeted audience is going to be outside of this space.
I mean, it can be. I mean, I think she'll do well if she, is if she becomes serious about it. Now, granted that life has its happenings. People have other stuff to do. People just do. You know what I'm saying? But it's as far as any of us, if we gave it a try, it'll probably make a difference. And if she gave it a try, I think she would do great.
But she got a real job, though. I mean, I got a real
Yeah,
job.
yeah. I got a real.
Don't we all got real jobs?
Yeah, we got
No,
real
no,
jobs. Yeah.
no. A lot of these,
Yeah,
a
you sit at
lot,
home and stream all day. I didn't know that.
no,
You ain't turning into BMT, are you?
a lot, no, a lot of people on YouTube. You'd be surprised how many content creators don't have real jobs. I mean, you just be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, what's a real job? Is like if you could actually produce something from YouTube, it can become a real job if you take it seriously. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that will, if you go on a hot streak of just getting super chats and cash apps, that's gonna last. But I wouldn't say anybody who's making like real like ad revenue or such. I wouldn't discourage that process from happening. Get the money any way you can. But if like as far as content creators that don't have jobs or whatever you're trying to say, um, hopefully those people will prioritize.
Well,
But it's not.
it's probably it's pretty well. I think he's getting at. It's probably a bunch of bums on YouTube with no job, sitting in their mama's basement on Section 8, in facilities on YouTube, giving people advice, and they really shouldn't be out here talking
Yeah, I
and
do.
trying to be thought leaders.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I do admit if that's what you are, you might need to take the focus somewhere else. And I mean there might be a couple of people that are actually like that. But for the people who are serious, it's say for the people who got their shit together, and want to do something like this, there are millions of people watching YouTube. there,
Hmm. Because it's a lot of channels that I've just run through, and they're talking nonsense, and you can tell that they are. It'll be women who are Section 8 living, giving advice on dating, telling me, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't accept this from a man. You should do this, blah blah blah." Ain't got no business talking. And it's different from like like and I don't know if he holds a job, but like a black Uru. Black Uru is an older gentleman with a lot of wisdom who probably is retired at this point, so he can afford to sit up and talk about and tell you some things because it's coming from a place of wisdom. But you have people who are 32, 33, and in their mama house talking on the phone and trying not to be too loud because their mama gonna come in and cuss them out. Them is
That
the people who shouldn't be talking.
that's what I'm saying. The majority of the people that got the time to make the content, get the followers, get the emails, start the network, and do all because YouTube in itself can be a job. That's just why I don't even go live. I go live like once or twice, man, as much as I possibly can, but it's a job to even go live. And plus, you got a real job.
I will
I
say
mean,
this. I will
yeah,
say this, to have the ability to speak for a straight hour just with a stream of consciousness. Um, it does take a little effort to not make it sound like a complete word salad. I would say,
Those neural synapses got to be firing. They got to be on point.
yeah.
It takes a minute. Yeah, because it's a couple. We were talking about one in particular who I'd mentioned the name, but I didn't want to dig that credit barrels on your show. But it's one in particular who he will talk for a couple of hours, and he just goes in weird circles and
who you,
says crazy, ridiculous shit.
who
And
you
then
talking about?
yeah, I'll put it in the back chat. But yeah, he just goes in weird circles and says weird, ridiculous shit, and thinks that he should be uh, praised for getting on YouTube and saying the wild shit that he says.
Yeah, which is something that you shouldn't do. uh, if you how do I put it? If you're just saying like crazy weird shit, the thing you should not be looking for is validation. Like just stay kind of real and kind of true, and things will fall in place that way. If that makes any sense, and I know that sounds a little cornballish, but um, I wouldn't try to pretend to be anything on here. That's the most foolish move because guess what? You stand a chance for being exposed.
A great chance. And how many times have we seen these exposures? Not just here, but like on Facebook, hell, Twitter. These people get exposed, and then they out here looking crazy. They told you that they was, uh, I don't know. Let's say they said that they was a millionaire, for example, and then it gets found out that they work at Comcast or some shit like that.
Oh, that shit that happen a lot of times. But that in particular individual you're talking about, see, I hate. I not say I hate, but what I dislike is when people want to have a serious conversation up here, they still do it in a trolling, dissing way by saying, "Well, you niggas ain't smart enough. You niggas ain't accomplished enough." So I see this. So I get you want to have a serious conversation and try to um push brothers or persuade brothers to strive harder and to do more in life. But you can't do that shit by just dissing niggas every chance you get, yo. I mean, if you just can't. That's not a good tactic, right? It's just not. It's just not, man.
Saying it from an authoritative position while you work a 9 to 5 as an underling to some white folks, and you out here yelling at black folks, you niggas are stupid. You dumb motherfuckers.
It might not be the best thing to, best way to go at it at first.
Do you talk like this to your boss? No, sir. I either get them niggas in check. I either get them, but you can when Bob comes around, yes, yes, sir. But no, no, no. When Tyrone walk in the room, nigga, you's a dummy.
Get your ass over there and run that fleet, boy. I mean, it's like I'm like some overseer kind of shit, right? And it's kind of like, man, come on, man. Like, really? This is what we doing? So, Kev, you see why I think everything is trolling? And I think everything up here is trolling to a certain extent. Because niggas know they wrong for doing that. And a lot of niggas do that. Yeah, I do it sometimes. I have to catch myself from doing that stupid ass shit. Like, damn, nigga, you really
Hey,
why?
D, nobody is dissing Comcast. The point made is don't tell people you are a millionaire and then you make ends meet at Comcast. There's a difference between telling people that you come from a position of authority by saying that you are a millionaire and you've done this great thing that most people cannot achieve, and then come to find out your ass works a 9 to 5 like everybody else. There's a difference between, you know, being someone of great esteem that has made it out of the barrel or barrel of monkeys and whatnot, right? And then come to find out you sitting at the bottom with everybody else.
Yeah, yeah, niggas be regular as hell wanting to have. But I mean, but you can't.
I mean, but there's some people like I said, is I come up to YouTube as Kev. I mean, that's short for Kevin. That's pretty much all I can be on YouTube right now. If people want to call me Kevin the Great or Kevin the habitual line stepper, they're okay to call me those things. But is I am who I am. I don't try to say that I'm greater and get mad at people for not treating me as if I'm greater.
You know why I fuck with Kev, and I've been telling Kev since day one, since he started the stream. The reason that I always felt like Kev was gonna do well on YouTube and is gonna have a voice is because Kev isn't coming out here on some fancy, yeah, nigga. I had 75 hoes and I did this and I got all this money. Kev has come on here as a everyday man who has a family, a wife, a wonderful daughter, and he comes from a modest perspective. He sees things like you and I, but he's able to articulate in a manner that most people aren't able to hear or wish they could say. He's up here being brutally honest from a black man's perspective. And that's what makes this channel great. Then you have niggas who come on here and tell you that they are phenomenal. You should listen to me because I own uh 15 trucking businesses and I have tractor trailers doing all this. And no, nigga, you ain't even an owner operator. You renting. So, that's the dynamic. He's not coming up here trying to fool people. He's just being himself.
Yeah, because these niggas was killing me with these government contracts. These niggas was talking like government contracts was so easy to get. Like you can just like they were making it seem like you can just go outside and get a government contract. And I was like, why the fuck? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why just can't walk outside and get a government contract?
Yeah, I walked outside and somebody came up here and gave me a contract to do nothing, and they paying me $10,000 a day. Nigga, what? All you got to do is walk outside and apply yourself. Hold on, nigga. What street you on?
Then they're like, go outside, go outside of what, nigga? Like you go outside, get these government contracts is falling from the sky that all you niggas miraculously have that y'all can't hire nobody to work in with you. I
Man,
mean, this
probably
shit
got a
is
secret website. Probably got a secret website he only gives to certain individuals. Quote
Yeah,
finger.
that shit
I
is
don't
embarrassing.
I don't think none of these Negroes got government contracts. Because the more I talk to people with government, I've talked to a couple people with these government contracts, especially agricultural government contracts, that they have regulations and stuff that they have to meet to keep that government contract. And I don't hear none of these niggas talking about the regulations to keep that contract. They just say go outside and get the contract, but they don't talk about the regulations, the standards, and what you do to keep the contract. Like I know a guy that has an agricultural contract. He has to plant a certain amount of pine trees a year. And the government comes on that land and makes sure that those trees are actually growing, because that's what the agricultural stipend is for. So so y'all say go out here and get these government stipends, but nigga, then what?
And it's not even that. There's so many different people. Like there's the Oswald Bates type of nigga, right? You have the dude who is officially or really a bug broken, jailbroken type nigga. He's read a whole bunch of books on the inside. Maybe he ain't even been to jail. He's just read a whole bunch of books. He's failed to apply it in his own life, but he's telling you what he's read in these books as if it was easy to apply. Yeah, man, I read this book, and the book told you that, if you want to go out and you want to go apply yourself, all you have to do is go to the government and tell them that you are not a citizen and that you're a resident of Mesopotamia. And because you live in Mesopotamia, you can burn your birth certificate and you don't have to pay your traffic tickets. Nigga, what? This
What
shit
is
is
that? What is that shit? What kind of citizen? What kind of
the
citizen? The,
The Moorish citizens, yeah.
I'm a
I
Moorish.
watch them niggas I watch them niggas on YouTube all day. They get off of traffic tickets, they get out of court, and it's not because they just know some magical secret. It's because they frustrate the judge and be like, "Listen, this is a $50 ticket. I don't want to hear all this shit for the next 3 days because we're gonna go back and forth. Get the fuck up out of my courtroom."
This nigga, but I was the 1802 Spain, came to Africa, man. These niggas be coming up with some of the craziest shit, man. And it's almost worse than that polite shit, really. I mean, but if polite didn't do all this wild shit that he did, these niggas would be just as bad.
Polite was able to infiltrate multi-millionaire circles and really convince them that he had something worth selling. And these niggas bought it up because rich people is nothing but, fools with money. And at the end of the day, and he was able to make multiple millions off of it and spread his name and everything else. But when you really look at what Polite was doing, he wasn't doing nothing but selling people snake oil. And people just felt like because he sounded confident in what he was doing and he had a little bit of flash from his fire, that he was really cooking. But when you really get up on him, and all the nigga had was a match.
Nigga had a boxing match and he ain't even struck one. That nigga just outside. Damn, that nigga was literally just outside and got hit with a government contract. That nigga, that's what happened with Polite. He one of the few niggas that this internet shit actually worked for.
Like
I'm
the man said,
Go ahead.
like I'm rich because I read Rich Man, Poor Man. Just follow these simple steps.
This shit is embarrassing. Yeah, but that's the digital era we in. If as long as you got a video and you can even at this point pay for somebody to come on and subscribe and like your shit, you can run those likes and those subscribers into something and start telling them. If I was to go out today and become the new Derek Jackson, I guarantee you, if I started pushing that shit hard enough and pushed it every single day, by the end of the year, I would probably have somewhere up to 25, 30,000 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
Guaranteed. Because
The new, you got it.
women want somebody to save them from accountability. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna give you whatever energy that they need to give you in order to put you up on top, so that they can go to their boyfriend and say, "See, Donnie said it. Donnie said that you should be taking me. You shouldn't be taking me to Red Lobster. Cheddar biscuits are cool, maybe on the first date, but on the second date, I should be worth Ruth Chris."
Hell yeah, you'll run a
You better get the fuck out
subscriptions
of here
up.
about that.
You'll
Okay,
run a subscriptions up.
Huh?
Did you see him arguing with Chaos? He told Chaos he wasn't a real man because he doesn't pay his woman's mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos, why aren't you paying your woman's mortgage? A real man
Yeah,
would pay
a
his
real
woman's
man.
mortgage.
I need to pay my bills. I said, work 2 jobs, bitch.
man said get a second job.
So what if she's fucking a Pookie and lets him stay there? A real man looks beyond that, takes care of her kids anyway.
Yeah. Let the dick blow your back out and pay for bills. And if it blowing you back out and you're still struggling, I mean that's a choice, baby. You gotta choose your net over your stability, bitch.
Nah, this content is not sustaining that idea. It's easier to say the most retarded shit. Like it's easier to say that men are incapable of love and get 20,000 subscribers. That shit is easier than talking about why our motherfuckers can't find love. That shit is significantly easier. Think about that shit, right? Just think about it. It's easier to say, oh, these niggas just don't know how to love. That shit is significantly easier. It's work smarter, not harder, almost. People are not trying to work smart. People are not trying to work harder. They're trying to work smarter. It is much smarter to make up some stupid shit, sell that shit, almost like polite, sell that snake oil, get the bag, and get out of here in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, if I had less morals, I'd be on this motherfucker on doing a opposite stream talking about how shitty you niggas are. You niggas, you hear this? You hear these niggas talking? These niggas ain't real men. I feel so sorry for they women. They
Man,
women should be sitting up in the lap of luxury.
I started the fire up a stream saying women are incapable of love. I'm thinking about running a whole series of women are incapable of love and just pushing that shit. Just because I know it to get subscriptions and cash apps and sell. It'll go. I do other stupid ass content anyway, so I'm like, fuck it, I might just do this shit.
Yeah, it just
You
might work.
hoes, you hoes is incapable of love, and just go from there.
Yeah, it's a huge industry of escapism, and that's just all these people are doing. That like, and I'm probably gonna get pushback on this, but I feel like it's the same way with the passport, bro. Shit, motherfuckers telling people, yeah, get up, go to Jamaica. All you got to do is have these niggas spend $40. You gonna come back with a bad one. You want to have a Bernice Burgos looking bitch? Go to Dominican Republic with $80 in your bank account, and you gonna have two of them a night for the next 3 days.
But the sad thing about it is, a nigga did that, got the worst results from doing that, and we blew his YouTube channel up. Come on, black people.
Is his YouTube channel still active like that? Is he still pumping?
That shit's he doing numbers. I mean, that nigga do decent numbers. Yeah.
Let me tell you what, because I went back and watched his stream and then I tried to follow up. He was on air pretty much begging for money to go take this trip, and he was from some Midwest city. He flew on Spirit to the Dominican Republic. So for y'all that don't know, if you look up flights, you could probably look it out a month, 2 months in advance. You can go find it from pretty much anywhere on the country, from Frontier and Spirit, from between them two airlines to a third world country, because they fly to them now for like $300 round trip. That's nothing. And then the nigga went on Airbnb and got him some $40 villas for the night, and went out there and was spending YouTube money that people were sending him in Cash App to pick up bitches, and was in there laid up with a prostitute, like he was in love. And then when he got caught at the airport, because he missed his flight, he didn't have, what was it, $80? He didn't have $80 to get back on the next flight to come back. So he was begging on his YouTube for that $80 to get back the next day. And the nigga became a sensation. And really, all he did was he spent about $500. I don't, to me, that's insane. To me, it's insane that you would go out there with no money and fuck prostitutes, and we as a community are applauding that. Like, where the fuck have we gone to? Like, how did we get here?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was telling Kim. The fuckery content is king. All that sit you down, have a nice logical conversation about real life. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. We in the times of revelation. This shit is burning the fuck down. Everybody trying to have fun. This the end of the world as we know it, and everybody just trying to have fun, man. That's how I look at it.
Oh, this nigga. Oh, okay, so they said he from Chicago. So in Chicago, he could have saved all of that money and got him a hotel for 2 days, and he could have walked back to his house.
Man, all the women he got a passport for now. Greg Abbott, the mayor of Texas, sent all them people up there to visit with him. He ain't had to go nowhere.
Oh man, this
we
shit is crazy.
we sent plenty migrants from Texas right on up to Chicago and New York. He didn't have to get that passport, nigga. He didn't have to go to the drugstore and get the passport photo and beg for cash outs. Nigga, the people right there right now, they're in his backyard. He argued
Yeah,
with
this is crazy.
him.
And what was wild about that whole thing is I seen the bros he was with. They wasn't that like they was sevens. He didn't even spend the money to go get the dimes. That was the shit that was crazy.
Man, this shit's bad, bro. And another thing is these niggas, because I heard a lot of people over there talking about how you can get medicine over there for real cheap, and everybody going over there to get their medicine. Nigga, that shit be you know how much fake or you know how TJ Maxx and Ross are seeing their clothes that got like it's missing a button, the zipper don't work. The default the clothes that got issues or got little minor issues. That's the same thing that happened with medications. All the medications that ain't that all the default medications get sent to those Caribbean and third world countries like that. So nigga, a lot of
Oh
that
no,
yeah, it do.
it,
Yes, it does. Yes,
but
it
so
does.
Vice did a special on it actually, and people was crossing the border into Mexico from California, Texas here, whatever, and they was crossing and to get that medication because it was cheaper. But when they was actually testing the medication, it was either heavily diluted or it wasn't that medication at all. So yeah. Going over there can be hazardous. Certain places has the shit, and it's gonna be right. But a lot of that shit is knockoff or not at all.
Exactly. And I'd be like, damn, y'all niggas going over there raw dogging these bras for $40, getting chlamydia and gonorrhea, and then y'all try to treat that shit with medications down there that ain't the same. We wish it was, but it ain't. Come back over here. We fucked up. We are fucked up.
The man said y'all got daughter of the King of Kings in this combo right here, giving laugh reacts. I said, you daughter of Jesus Christ? What's going on here? But welcome to the show. Thanks for joining.
But this shit is embarrassing. I know a bunch of dudes. I work for the airlines, so I was actually in where were we at? We were in a Mexican city. I can't think of the name of the city. Guadalajara. It was in Guadalajara, and I went out for tacos. Went out, came back. It was about 2 in the morning, and it was a bad one. Getting out the taxi right in front of me. I'm trying not to stare because she bad. We end up getting on the elevator together. We get off on the same flight or story. So, when we get off, I'm not trying to be creepy because I'm already kind of low key staring at you. So I'm not trying to be creepy, but we walking down the same direction. I'm like, damn, I'm at the end of the hallway. She at the end of the hallway, but she's on the other side. She knocked on the door, and the dude who opened the door was a white dude I work with. Gave me a little guilty look. I said, okay, I see you. Went in, closed the door, laid down. About 45 minutes later, all I hear is cussing everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I open the door and look out. She done threw the TV on the ground. She done threw the vase, what is it, the lighting fixture on the ground, all that shit on the ground. And all of this is because he didn't pay her $60.
Damn.
Damn.
$60. So he had to go downstairs, go get it, come back up, and he had to pay for whatever was in the room. But people are really out here doing the most to fuck a chick for $60. I think it's insane to me, especially in the States, because granted she was bad, but that's a lot of coochie you can get for $40.
And the market's getting ready to get flooded too. So
Yeah, boy.
Hey, what's up,
Offering a
brother
place to
Kev?
stay.
How's my mic? What's up, y'all?
What's up? What up? What's up? What's up, y'all?
We got Ray Hummer and we got BGS up here. What's good?
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
coffee's gonna get cheap, man, in a little bit.
This is embarrassing. I want Trump back. I want him. I feel bad saying this, but put them motherfuckers back on the bus and put them in them camps and send them home.
We won't get Trump back. They are on his ass bad. They will not let him get back in the office. They're just not going to let it happen. They refuse to let that happen.
Shit. When the white people want some shit, they gonna make it happen. After that insurrection, I wouldn't be surprised that nigga had 14 felonies. They still put his ass in office.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, they had him. They let him go on the agreement. They wouldn't run again. He ran again anyway. So if they had him. They had him dead to rights. They could if they wanted him, but they didn't. They cut a deal. So
Ain't he gonna run this time? Ain't he still gonna run this time? They're just gonna
he,
blackball him out.
he's running. What are you talking about? Gonna run?
Yeah,
He's running.
he's running,
Yeah,
but
he up there.
I think they're gonna blackball him out. I think they're gonna blackball him out.
How?
I think that they're gonna take this $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. They're gonna attack his daughter, his son-in-law, his family, because they even got his
I don't
son
think
Two billion.
testifying against.
2 billion is not enough.
I think
the way these white folks had a tantrum over him not getting in the office, they not gonna let this shit slide again. They gonna go in there with mustaches and fake disguises on to vote for him twice.
I'm going for Trump. I think Trump. I would like to see Trump again, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen either, but Biden, the Democrats are not helping their case any.
Well, how many presidents lose during a time of war? We're going to at least into a conflict. Maybe not an all-out war, but we're at least in a heavy conflict. And I think that might carry Biden on to getting that extra 4.
Hell no, ain't nobody putting that man back in the office. Not Sleepy Joe.
Not now. It's basically it's dollar and cents first, basically. Dollar and cents first.
Legitimately, they're gonna put in a Republican just for the simple fact of all these immigrants. They not having that shit, so they're gonna put in another. They're not gonna put in what's his name, Vivek. He ain't gonna make it. So, and the only one I really see coming at least close is Trump.
Well, DeSantis is what's second behind Trump, I believe, right?
Yeah, that motherfucker crazy too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
They might mess around and convince Michelle Obama to get her retarded ass. And I'm just saying, this plan.
If Michelle ran, she'd have to have enough time, she probably would win.
Unfortunately, you're right, and that would be bad. That would be real bad.
If she ran to you, could you imagine the ads? The motherfuckers be talking, don't you know my homegirl, my BFF Michelle is is coming for office. She trying to have something for you niggas. Don't you want some black girl magic in there?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the white women will actually vote for her. That's the thing.
And they would.
Yeah.
And they would. They would intersectionality would kick in strong.
Yeah.
They would vote for that bullshit.
No, they love white women actually love Michelle Obama. They made her rich.
Man, if Oprah didn't get into so much bullshit, he couldn't run two women. He couldn't run two women. Couldn't run a 2-woman ticket.
Oprah probably couldn't be president, but Michelle has the bona fides to actually get in office. So, but the thing she doesn't want to. She don't like politics. That's the issue with her.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, don't trust and believe they tried.
I thought they were grooming someone like AOC for it. I think they was grooming her, but
too young. Shit, if they put her in the office, I'll leave this motherfucking country.
The person I thought that it has a shot if you're gonna pick a female that's young would be Tulsi Gabbard because she's a vet. So Tulsi Gabbard, who I thought should have been a vice president, Biden's vice president.
Y'all don't believe in Kamala? if she needed to take the
Well,
reins of this country.
Lord.
Fuck
well, maybe.
no.
Yeah,
She
maybe.
said stand there, look pretty. That's it.
Hey, brother Kev, I got an article, man, to share with you, man. I just found because it's talking about this particular chick, Human Witch, is on a live panel right now, and I tuned into it, and from what I heard, I'm like, damn, this really fucked me up because it all happened last year, and I'm like, damn, I never heard nobody mentioning about this. So yeah, I'm about to send it to you in the private right now.
Well, who is she?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, who is she? Don't be secretive. Tell us, man.
There you go. Yeah, because I'm also covering this shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
who is she?
tomorrow. Um, her damn name is, yeah, she's a foreign chick. She was a college student over here, and she basically got arrested. And she's all she got was probation for stabbing a blind date in the neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for like talking about for some revenge shit, but then throw the excuse of her mental issues and all that.
Yeah, says college student who stabbed her blind date in revenge for U.S. killing of Iranian commander gets probation.
Mm.
So what
She's a
she?
foreigner. Okay.
Okay, so basically she baited a date into stabbing him in the neck.
How badly was he hurt?
I mean, he's dead. I mean, he was
No,
hurt
no,
bad enough. I
No.
mean,
He's not dead. The Iranian general got killed by the U.S. No, it's attempted murder. Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, attempted murder and other charges for
Wait a minute. So she
stabbing.
stabbed the motherfucker in the neck, and I'm sure he was up there testifying. Hey, listen, this bitch stabbed me in the neck, and they was like, yeah,
Okay.
you
no,
lived
you're
though,
gonna be
didn't you?
surprised what the hell he said. Okay, keep continuing.
Said they plenty of fish. Okay, so if y'all on the dating app, because I know Yakuza was down there asking about dating apps earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Bad idea to go on plenty of fish. I end up with some. Oh, there
Plenty
she
of
is.
fish. I used to mop up on that
Oh,
motherfucker. Them, it's a
oh,
lot of
Yeah.
ooh.
Look at her eyes, yo. That nah, hell no.
And they be feeling sorry. They be feeling sorry for these college women, man. They be saying all kinds of shit like they done got cat called and all that stuff, man.
well, they say she's diagnosed bipolar and schizophrenia.
Oh.
We got to stop letting people hide behind mental health, man.
I agree.
I seen this problem happening
Yeah, I agree too.
years ago. And then we got to stop letting people hide behind mental health and therapy. People be like, oh, I went to therapy, but you still out here stabbing people.
Yep.
She said while in court, she apologized to her victim, saying, "Most importantly, Your Honor, I want to express my deepest apologies to the victim, Daniel, and to the state of Nevada for the harm that I have caused."
She's Iranian, so she might have connections.
Yeah. Oh, this the guy who she stabbed?
Is that him? Okay.
Yep, that's him.
Okay. So evidently
Yeah,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
I
It
think
wasn't.
I
It
think
wasn't
I think
life
his
threatening.
response is up above the picture, or I don't know.
He previously told investigators that he had chosen to forgive her, but will
Oh,
leave it in the law to determine the consequences.
that sound about right. Oh, Johnny Bravo chin at. Come on, man.
It's Sean Astin, and then just
He think he gonna get her on a second date.
No. No,
uh,
good for
uh,
he. She should finish the job then. He was that dumb.
yeah, but
Yeah, he's still in her DMs. I ain't trying to hear this shit.
No,
He,
no.
he went up there and said she didn't mean to do it, and I forgive her. He is still in her DMs.
Well, when they classified as rough sex then, and keep it moving.
yeah, Nick Cuban and Tribino met on the dating app and decided to get a room at the hotel together
Uh-huh.
while while having sex. The Texas student blinded Trevino before stabbing him in the neck.
Oh yeah, rough sex. Yeah.
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 Damn, they down here in Texas too. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's over. Something gonna happen down here. Did y'all see that article that came out talking about all the American cities that need to be on high alert? And Texas had a bunch of cities that need to be on high alert for no attacks, considering everything that's going on. I think it's Houston, Arlington, Dallas, and then Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City is pretty much North Texas.
Damn. Well, we wouldn't want anyone to have to suffer those consequences, especially the people in Texas. Uh,
But I'm like, how the hell is she on a podcast? I'm like, bitch, you should be under the jail.
Oh, she on the podcast explaining herself right now?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's on there right now, on there talking about relationship shit and all that,
Oh,
like on that Fresh and Fit shit.
oh,
But
okay.
she's on the whatever podcast.
Oh, okay, that makes
So
sense.
so she stabbed a white man in the neck blindfolded, and then white men turn around and invite her online. This is a problem with us.
Mhm.
No. Who is the problem with her or us?
It's him, really.
yeah. It says we were drinking a little bit, and then I guess we started to get into it, and then I stabbed him.
And that's probably why she got probation because he volunteered to be blindfolded. This is rough sex. This is that kinky shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went
She
too far.
also claimed she did not want to kill Trevino, only hurt him.
Yeah, yeah, that's some
Oh
kinky
man.
shit. Yeah.
Well, make no damn sense. Shit. They won't give that damn excuse to the man. You know that, brother BGF.
No, in other words, okay, he's probably tied up too. So
Yep, handcuffed to the
handcuffed,
bed.
Hell
tied
no,
up.
that's
I
funny.
mean,
He said he
Yep.
probably tied up.
you went to the BDSM, right, and went too far. That's probably why they kind of let her off because of the circumstances. And he's not mad about it because he decided to forgive her because it went too far. That's the
Man.
BDSM shit.
And then they go put her on the podcast. Then they go put her on the podcast. Come on, white man. Come on, white man.
Yeah. And they want to know why because until they talk about the blindfold, it's oh, I get it. Okay, this is more to the story than that.
Yeah, she was on there talking about that she was on many on many medications and all that shit, and um, just throwing up all kind of like excuses. And she said in there too, I don't know if it was this article about her being raped at 18. You know, just throwing all that out there. You know, to bring sympathy to her plight.
Yeah. And until you get into that BDSM, I was with him. You know, I said, okay, she's just nuts. And then they talking about you're blindfolded. And so, okay, yeah, I'm sure she showed him the text messages and shit like that was passed between them. So, I would love to look at them because they'd be mighty interesting. Because you're not mad at her, okay?
Yeah.
And you know, Pastor might be right. He might be in her DMs again.
Yeah,
Man,
but will this serve as a cautionary tale for men in the future who would deal with this woman specifically?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Basically, don't make sure she ain't got no knives. You're gonna go into this kind of play, okay? You gotta search her at the door. Okay.
well, first date? No, ain't none of that kind of crazy. Girl,
Yeah.
just bend over, the couch. Shit.
You ain't into that kind of play. So, and he is. Would you let a blind date blindfold you before sex?
Hell no.
Okay.
Not even my wife. Well, if I had a wife, hell
Yeah.
no, bitch.
So in other words, if you let your woman blindfold you, that means there's other stuff that's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
She
Hmm.
probably beating you with belts and shit.
That could have been. Like she said, she didn't mean to kill him. I mean, she didn't try to kill him.
So obviously there had to be some form of violence associated with the sex if she said she didn't mean to kill him. Damn.
What's the safe word? What's the safe word?
Yeah, basically.
And these niggas out here playing college, so she need to be somewhere studying.
Hey, she is studying
Study human anatomy, guys.
human anatomy. Yeah.
Well, I think I've seen it in the other one, in the other article that I read I quickly read about her because I read this one and I went and read that one. The other one was talking about how she, and I think it's probably already out, where she created an autobiography.
Yeah.
And basically, including, best believe she's including this,
Hmm.
little drama that she created. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a few spicy things in that autobiography.
So this is like Mia Khalifa Part Two. What is this?
It's a little darker than that.
That Lebanon bitch. I'm saying
She's Iranian.
Aryan bitch.
Oh Lord.
They're Persians. Okay.
That Persian bitch.
Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, she was over on medical bullshit. Man, that bitch was a whole agent. There's some political shit involved, man. Come
It
on,
probably
man.
is. It probably is. Yeah.
And they said too, yeah, in that second article that no, I think it probably said it in this one where uh Donald Trump was the one that sanctioned that, to drop that bomb on that dude.
Okay. No, Obama used to do that regularly, so he's not.
Yeah. He said regularly.
Yeah,
Damn.
weekly. Who's on the kill list today, and he'd send the drone out for him.
Yeah, Obama had a drone program that he had girls running.
No,
Because I think it was,
yeah, no, they have
Bullshit.
they have a lot of female drone pilots. They do.
because that was around that time they said that girls could press buttons faster or more precise than men or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
But they had a whole documentary about how all those girls had depression after dropping bombs on all them people.
Yeah, it would. It would. Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Oh,
Because they're divorced from it. So, but they women they've had women as far as drone pilots for a long time. It's not new.
I need to get my damn cigarette on these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
My damn cigarette. Man.
You're Christian, man. You're supposed to be smoking.
Shit. So that me and my guy, we got our relationship.
I guess y'all do. Y'all do.
But best believe I ain't no evil son, bitch. I'll tell you that though. You can trust me, boy. Hey, you can trust me around your wife and your chicken, but you have to. But you might have to worry about your chicken.
I wouldn't trust you around my chicken, sir.
Oh man!
If I turn my back on my chicken, Ray's gonna eat half. So he might eat the whole thing if I take too long.
But big bro, man. Well, to all my big bros on here, bro. That just makes me wonder now. Like, damn, what other stories that I have missed? That came out back then. Like, well, last year, because now it gives me the feeling like, okay, now you guys haven't covered everything, because I'm thinking like, damn, this would be something that the brothers in space would be covering.
Man,
But that's what I was just thinking before I shared it.
You can't cover all this stuff. You got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You can't cover all this stuff, man. It's too much of it. That's like on reaction channels are probably the biggest thing, because people can't find all this stuff. You have to have somebody actually collect all this stuff and show it. So
yeah,
that's why it's so popular. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was on the FBI. I was on the FBI. Just on the FBI website, just looking at they most wanted, and then it got down to I was looking like what I was really looking at is how many people are considered black on the FBI list that aren't actually black, and it's a whole lot of them. But then I get to strolling down and I see this black woman up there. I got her name. I go into why the FBI looking for her. She done killed her damn stepson.
Mm-hmm.
Got prosecuted, and then took flight. And nowadays we still can't find her ass. I'm like, what? Is she the only black, actually real, true black person up there from America? Only black woman up there, and that's what she done. I'm like, this shit crazy.
It's gonna get worse, man. It's gonna get worse.
Dude, and there's so many guys, man, like, when I like even hint at, of the actions of these, these wild ass creatures, these drag goblins. I mean, to other men, hopefully, they come up, some man shit like, with their chest out and chin up, on some stoic shit. Now these motherfuckers kowtow. They cower up and be like, you don't want to change the subject, and all that shit. And I don't want to talk about like, they're just trying to sweep it under the rug kind of situation. I'm like, nah, this shit is just too obvious for you bastards to sweep under the rug. I believe y'all been doing that for what, decades? Yeah, y'all can't do this shit now. It's too much out in the open, damn it, for y'all to do that shit. You gotta face it, motherfuckers. Quit being cowards.
Yep. Yep. Eventually, you don't have much choice.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
since you up here, big bro,
Hmm.
like you or brother Kev could say, how long have these people been sweeping this shit under the rug and men's been talking about it in
probably
silence?
in a definite period of time.
Yes, you can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all realize it.
Go back and look at the trial of Lizzie Borden, man, back over 100 years ago, where she asked her mother and her stepmother and her father.
What the fuck?
Yeah, go look up Lizzie Borden. They
I'm
actually
not.
made a movie after it, behind that Lizzie Borden.
And she did what again?
She took an axe and killed her her father and her stepmother
Wow.
for
Oh
inheritance.
Lord.
Yeah,
Damn.
very very famous story.
And these immigrant women, and what about these immigrant women setting up prostitution rings in these sanctuary cities? Come on, y'all.
How else they gonna make money?
I thought Rosa was good at making beds and mopping floors and washing dishes.
That's good that she is, but thing is, how's she gonna make money to live in those sanctuary cities? It's not enough money.
Damn.
Yeah, but let me get back to the original topic. Saying our saving graces. Um, you know, just basically making a point to give grace to those who deserve it because they say that we're at such conflict with each other as far as the genders. And I was saying at the beginning of this show that that one piece of evidence that is a sensible, I would say, sensible person on the female side of things is Toya.
Okay.
I saw what she did on Roger's channel a couple nights ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I, I was, I was, I enjoyed it. I would
Mm-hmm.
say,
She knows her stuff. She's been in the space long enough. She knows her stuff.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and just saying that although that there are a lot of, let's not even sugarcoat it. There's a lot of stupid ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there are
So,
people that are smart and eloquent and know how to um, know how to make sense, and I believe she's one of them.
Yeah. I mean, we spit out so much information. Unless you're just brain dead, you can defeat like 90% of people. Yeah. So.
Hey, I tell you, man, Sister Toya, man, she's awesome, brother.
Hmm.
Yeah, cause man, like her show makes for like a good morning show. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like warm. I get like this warm, peaceful sense from her. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, okay, don't think I'm soft now. Don't think I'm ready getting sipping now. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm just a man that recognizes a woman from a creature. You know what I mean? So,
The problem is this space. I'm not. The problem is the creatures are more profitable. That's the
Hmm.
problem. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
yeah, man. And Toya, her, and there's some others too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But Crimson Cure's making headway. So
Oh
th-
yeah, Big Sis
th-
Crimson Cure.
there is
Yeah.
she came out of our camp. So yeah, she's talking red pill stuff and she's making headway. So it can be done. And as this thing starts to unwind, man, black women will have to come back and figure out what the men want. If they're gonna have to figure out how to compete. They don't know how. That's the problem that they're having. Even the investors, they figured that out. It took them long enough, but they finally come to the conclusion that no matter where we go, we're actually going to have to compete. We can't carry that kind of attitude over to the to other people because they're going to keep losing. So maybe Crystal Karajan will figure out how to teach these chicks how to be good white women so they can get what they want. Good luck, Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, the hilarity of it.
Yeah, and well, hell, if they can turn them into good white women and stop them from being Klingons, that's a win for everybody.
But what about that black woman that, like I was telling Kev, the one that was a stripper that had the two black sons that married the big white guy that sent her rap song to Umar? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I covered that on my channel just now.
Okay,
Here's
I mean there are trailer park white guys. Okay, they
yeah.
look
But
like
but
white guys.
but they're millionaire. They say they have millionaire status, funds or financial backing.
Okay, okay.
What, a trailer park?
Did,
That's
did,
what they
did,
said?
no, no. I'm saying did he? I was saying is did he marry the woman?
He married her
He married the woman.
and adopted her two
Okay,
black sons.
it does happen.
No, but
Yeah,
you
and then he's doing you a favor. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Take that off your hands. You know what I'm
it does
saying?
happen. It does happen. So it's not it's
Integral,
unusual, but it does happen.
family. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I was like, you
Okay.
know,
The thing is if what I didn't put it out, but I'm probably going to put it out, right? Black women 60 years ago were trying to get protected from being having their stuff forcibly taken by white men, right? Now they're throwing it at them. It's a win for the white man.
Yep.
He ain't got to take it no more.
Yeah, they have to take it by force. Say, you don't
Yeah,
give me the pussy, I'll take it. Now
yeah,
they just say, open the doors, I'll give
yeah,
it to you. I mean, I wish I could play a thing on Kev, but Kev, I'm gonna play
yeah.
that
Yeah,
thing out there.
I was talking to an elder, and she said in the 60s she moved from California to North Carolina, and in mid 60s, and to be a teacher, right? And she said the white men in North Carolina thought they had a right to her body. So it's not new. The thing is
Yeah,
now instead of sisters want to be protected from white men, they're throwing it at them. So kudos to them.
yeah.
but she was still a stripper though. BGS ain't like he got.
Strippers get married, okay?
I get it.
He's a former trick, so what?
Well, at the end of the day, he probably taking one off our hands that we
Yeah.
obviously won't go marry.
Joe Smith married a porn star. It happens, okay?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole bunch of dudes out here who go out and marry these chicks because they
yeah,
feel like they're exotic
yeah.
and they trying to turn the hoe into a housewife. They gonna
Well,
get
Russell
surprised
Wilson.
later on, but
Mm,
the dude's
When the
dead.
money dries up,
No, they
when
like
the
they
money
like
dries up,
no they like hoes, man. That's all it is. They married a hoe. They know she's a hoe, and she's not a housewife. No,
love them hoes. Them
they love
hoes give
hoes.
out you.
Yeah, like Joe Smith went with that chick for what 6 years before he married her, so he knows what she is. And what's it? PJ Washington married two of them. We had a baby by two of them. Cause you
Oh,
like
well, Drake. Let's not forget
Boy,
about
he's taking an
Drake.
L
Drake.
like
Drake
a
Drake loves
motherfucker.
yeah, Drake loves them. Yeah, the guys that love hoes. Okay, but the
Man,
thing is,
that nigga Drake don't count, man. That nigga out of here, man. He wear fingernails and shit. You gotta get him out of here, yo. These other niggas like PJ Washington,
yeah.
ah, I blame the NBA, man. They gotta do
No,
better. They
no,
gotta shift.
he ain't the only one.
Them NFL stars be like that. Hell, if it was black hockey players like that, they'd be up here looking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Some guy, some guys, she, she's good at what she does, and some guys get sprung. Okay, so they
Yeah.
marry him. Ain't nothing wrong with
Say,
it.
baby, you could give me this goddamn pussy in this head. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
marry.
yeah.
Raw
You-
text, man.
look at all these rappers. The
You
rappers
got
will tell you constantly, don't trust these hoes. These hoes ain't shit. What do? They pass around the same 4, 5 women.
yeah, they do. They do.
Because it ain't fun if the homie can't get some. You know what I'm saying?
No,
This,
it's the class thing, basically. Uh, I tell you all the time about 100 octane chicks. They're vetted because normally they used to keep their mouth shut. Okay, that was the thing. But now these chicks are actually opening their mouths. But these guys are taking them, so they will pass around the same group of women because at that level, there's not that many.
You know
Hey,
what?
Big Jess, aside real quick. I forgot to mention about the at one whatever podcast, the white dude that hosts the show.
Whatever.
He I believe these white folks, man, they listen to you, big bro. They listen to you because he said that gynocracy. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god, so he listen to big
I mean,
bro.
They're quietly
Okay.
watching, listening.
yeah, yeah. Because me and Dr. Gigi came up. We actually went back and studied what the patriarchy actually was and how it's been slowly eroded, right? And we came up with the concept of the white gynocracy, okay? Which is, and now the white guys are starting to figure it out, okay? Because the
Mhm.
white women try to keep kind of throw the patriarchy at them, but then they know that they're losing power. So they're coming to the conclusion that it's not a patriarchy anymore. It's a white gynocracy. State run white gynocracy.
I think the average white guy is catching on to that because I would argue that men in position are going to do this every time, no matter what their race is or religion.
Hmm.
I think they're going to do it every time. I think guys on the top of the pyramid
Hmm.
are going to create a female buffer class that keeps society pretty much at bay.
It's more subtle and complex than that, and this has been happening over a period of 200 years because uh, a matriarchy or a patriarchy is just how you organize people and what rules you apply to organize people. So, and feminism is just part of the social contract. So that same thing with liberalism and this other kind of stuff. So patriarchy is really an old thing for authoritarian government. So it's just one of those things. The thing is, does it work for everybody? I don't care about a matriarchy or a patriarchy. Does it work fairly for everybody? If it does, then I don't give a fuck. The thing is that, but the thing is, feminists and women want patriarchal privileges. You can't have both, right? That's what they're trying to tell them. They're trying to find a way to have both, have freedom and feminism and a gynocracy, and still get patriarchal privileges. Those two things don't mix. So that's why I think that's why I think this white gynocracy and feminism is doomed to fail, and not because of the men, because of the women don't like it.
Well, my question would be then if we look at because I'm not extremely educated on Mao, but I kind of got a couple of questions about it because I've been reading up on it.
Mm-hmm.
That Mao had a patriarchy, but he overwhelmingly used the gynocracy to to keep his power.
Who? Mao? Mao
Yeah,
Zedong? No,
yeah.
China's a old school, old fashioned patriarchy, man. It still is. The
But
communist.
you don't think he used women? Okay, you got it.
Yeah. Well, I think he had to use women to. It was part of the social contract. He had to make an agreement with women to actually get power. But the thing is, it's still a patriarchy. It's actually upheld by the women. It's still a patriarchy. He always had the China, China, Korea, and Japan. Even Russia is a patriarchy. It's not a matriarchy. Even though women have more freedoms in the patriarchy, but it's still a patriarchy. Because trust and believe, like women, like Chinese women can't get abortions without permission of the abortions, or keep the kid without permission of the man. He has the final say. It's old fashioned
Well, we'll
patriarchy.
never have it like that in America.
No, no, different society. They're completely different
Yeah.
society, right? And basically, the children belong to the man's family. Okay, it's like in most of Africa, the children belong to the man's family, and they used to be that way in Western patriarchy until I think uh, uh, 10 years, and then in 1839 with the 10 years doctrine in the UK, and then thereafter the US passed the same.
Because I used to think that patriarchy could only exist in a capitalist country, but more and
No,
more you read about it, that's not true at all. I'm
no,
like, damn,
no,
that's not true.
no. No, China is more of a patriarchy than the United States. Way more,
And
way
it's
more.
not, and it's not even capitalist. Well, not even fully. It's not fully capitalist. They gotta get their money.
They,
Hell,
they,
I
they,
was told they banned certain videos and shit like that
yeah,
from over there for
do.
people watching
But
shit.
it's very strict, very ordered society, and very patriarchal society. That's how come. Trust and believe. That's how leftover women. Them bitches don't get married, man. In fact, there's a thing going on. Looking at it, where young black men come over to China, right, and they get rushed by these leftover women because the Chinese men won't marry them. They'd rather stay alone. They will not marry a woman over 30. So in fact, so they get a black man. They get black, especially those black men that are raised in a gynocracy, right? And there's an accepting of this. They rushed at him. They rushed that guy like crazy. I just saw two stories and a couple of clips from that. So it's interesting.
Well, I don't know if these geriatric, well, you were geriatric pregnancy at 35, but I don't know if these geriatric pregnancies are working out well for us either.
They're not, and that's how come you having a lot of women with miscarriages. In fact, I think you're getting a lot of maternal deaths from black women that are increasing because of this, because the geriatric pregnancies.
And they blaming the hospital. They said that the hospital, you out of the hospital just want to get sued just because you black. I mean, they blaming the hospital system. But I know it ain't the hospital system because I see these women, they be having, they had risk for preeclampsia because they already come in with
Yeah,
hypertension,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
gestational diabetes.
yeah.
They are because they already have
Oh,
untreated
overweight.
diabetes.
Yeah, yeah,
They're overweight.
well,
They're overweight. That's why.
like Janet Jackson's child almost killed her. She gained what, like 200 pounds. You know, if she's 5'1", she gained almost 200 pounds just to have a baby. So it
Mm.
almost killed her.
She had to be on bed rest. They gotta be on bed
Bed
rest.
rest, yeah. She swole up. That wasn't all just food weight. She swole up to like almost 300 pounds, man, just to have that baby.
It's bad.
Yeah,
We,
yeah. Woman's body's not meant to do that. But you can't tell, but feminism tells them that it's just like men. But that male wall, when I put out that data, I ain't heard shit about the goddamn wall no more. Okay.
well, BGS, I think that they can do it, but I don't think they can do it as their first time. Because, like, okay, if she having her third and final kid
Mm-hmm.
at 32,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's significantly safer than her having her
Yeah.
first child
Yeah.
at 32.
Yeah. Probably so.
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
Probably so. When you count in abortions that they may have had and all kinds of stuff, it makes it more difficult. You have to start damaging that womb. Every time you scrape it, you damage it, and so you have all these complications that these women have not to have babies in their 20s. So there's a whole lot of complications. Women are going to have to, and your gynecologists. I know the gynecologists are telling them all this shit. If you're going to have a baby, it's going to get tougher after you get 30, and they just ignore it. I got time. So
I think that well, something has happened with the OBGYNs. Because I was talking about this with one of my homeboys.
mm-hmm.
I was like, I was born on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. I had a male OBGYN. My mother she ended up having to have a C-section with me because I was a big head baby.
Okay.
Right. So that means this is what it is. Yeah,
I wouldn't say that on the air.
it's true. It's true. It's true.
Hey, especially with me. Next time you fuck with me, big head baby.
You know how it is, man. It's
Yeah,
always
I know it is. Yeah, yeah.
but so I'm happy that my mom had a male OBGYN because I had an aunt that didn't make it in childbirth. She
Yeah.
had a female OBGYN, and there was a female out in Florida that was giving birth to a baby. She ripped that baby out of that woman, out through her womb.
Mhm.
The baby's head was still in the birth canal, and then
Ooh.
she lied to the
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
covered it up, and then they cremated the baby, and then now this 19-year-old girl and it was a black woman did this to a young black couple in Florida. I covered that story, and it's a horrible story. So I thank God I had a male OBGYN, and I said all that to say this: the OBGYNs now are overwhelmingly female. Overwhelmingly
Yeah,
female.
yeah. Most of the doctors are. Yeah, they're coming out. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's dominated. They go right to the medical field.
and they don't have no sympathy on each other because a lot of them been in school all of that, but they 32 ain't they been in school the whole damn time. They ain't got no kids, but yet they delivering babies and they have no sympathy for these women. None.
Yeah, well, eventually, if you damage enough people, it'll change. It'll change because every place else in the world they tell you this stuff, except here in the West. Okay, you can have a baby at 40. Okay, your first baby at 40. All right, fuck around and find out. It's not that easy.
But y'all would just wonder how many guys on the panel, if you do know, some of you might not know, how many of y'all know if y'all had y'all were born by a man or a woman, like a male doctor or a female doctor?
Have no clue.
Oh, well,
It,
my dad told
it
me.
should be it should be on the birth certificate who
Yeah,
your intended physician is. Yeah.
my
Say,
mom
good
had.
example. What you're talking about, BGS, is that show, House of Dragons, where a girl tried to give her king another baby, and he kept trying, because he's trying to get a son. And
Yeah.
I believe her and the baby died.
Yeah. That happens. That used to happen a lot. Yeah. It used to happen a lot until modern science kind of helped out. That's one thing about modern. I think it's like 1 in 4 women used to die in childbirth. During childbirth. So
Yeah,
that's the closest a woman will ever come to death is having a baby.
but I mean, back then, I don't even think it was a doc. I ain't trying to blame the women for like losing their life in childbirth, but they were having some babies in some rough conditions.
Yeah, well, it's nature, sir.
I mean, they out here having babies in the middle of fields, back to back rooms.
That's
Oh,
nature. That's nature. Where you think you gonna have them? Okay. When you go back 300 years, where you gonna have them? There were no
that's
hospital.
they want no hospitals.
Mhm. You get the voodoo lady to come help you out.
Yeah,
That's
and they be drunk too, and drinking and doing all other kind of crazy shit
Mhm.
while they pregnant.
it's a blessing that a lot of us have ancestors that have gotten here. My grandma had 12 kids. I don't know how she had 12 kids.
Mm.
She had 12 of
Oh yeah, yeah. Once you start spitting them out, that was the norm back then.
them. That's what I'm saying. I was a bunch of them. They had a little house too. I was like, how the hell?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Latinos do it all the time. They still do it.
Yeah, they do.
Hey y'all,
What's up?
listen up. Ew, I'm tired.
All right,
All
all
right.
right.
Yeah, well, I mean, come back through tomorrow night when I'll have something thought up by then.
Uh, shoot, all right, bro.
Hey,
Free
what happened to all the smoke, man? All the smoke just
Yeah.
disappeared, or what? What happened, man?
episode.
Where the
Uh,
smoke at?
I guess it could turn into a sensible conversation.
Hey,
And
y'all can take this away though for y'all. Check on Netflix. I think it just came out. Yeah, it's the first series. Yeah, it's only one series. It's called The Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
that sounds interesting. But
sock a lie.
A white boy. A white
Sock a
boy.
lie. Sock a lie.
say that Tom Cruise already did that
He
shit.
did.
But
He did do it. Yeah. So it might be a reboot.
But the main character is a woman, and
Oh.
Oh.
woman,
and a
Oh.
strong one at that too. She's taken out.
Was it what Mulan goes to Japan?
Damn, man.
Hey, well, if it is, this would be a kind of X-rated Mulan.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. All
Say,
right.
say,
Did she have a little dragon on her shoulder too?
Yeah, they show 'em- they show the little boobies and all that shit too.
Oh shit. Okay. Here we go.
so we got some final statements.
All right, I just dropped in, man, to support, man, and hey,
There's
and yo,
always
you,
be
you
there.
guys, you guys go ahead and drop Kev a little something, man. Support him. That's what I just came in to just drop. I just did a 5 hour stream for my patrons, so I just dropped in to
Damn.
support. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had to kick people off, man. They'd have kept talking for another 3 hours if I let them.
God damn. Oh yeah. Oh, it was a panel. You do those on Patreon?
I showed I actually did a review of The Big Short. We talked about that, and it brought people up on the panel. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
had like 8 people on the panel
Oh,
behind the
okay.
wall. Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
and then once Negroes get to talking, man, they don't stop.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, well, okay then.
All
Well,
right, all right. They just came to support. So peace out.
peace out, BGS.
All right.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, peace out. Peace out, y'all.
All right, Ray. Chaos Rain.
No, I'm good. Next guy.
Okay. All right. Just as saying, we just made this broadcast to make the point that we give grace to those who deserve it. It ain't all. We're not at war with everyone, and you know, just we make that point for those who want to listen. So that's what it is at the end of the day. Once again, shout out to the Roger Report Live, and a shout out to Toya the Tutor for doing such an excellent broadcast that night that I just covered some of, and still in my community cab. So go check it out. It got pretty good views on it. So yeah, she did good with that one. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and just it's a long weekend. Daughter's birthday weekend, and dealing with kids. I mean, all I say is as long as there's a smile on their face, I've accomplished what I'm supposed to accomplish. But I'll I'll come up with a zinger for tomorrow night. So that's it for now. Being like this, long live the habitual line steppers and kid we trust. And when you don't give up, you win. Y'all have a great week in this bit.